right, so it looks like we actually have our first set of songs coming up. They're going to start with a warm-up, but then it looks like we have Over the Period Challenge. So there's our first 19 of the day. Spanish Snowy Dance Challenge and Da 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 Challenge. And I was informed that Over the Period Challenge was actually a pocket pick. I'm not sure which player's pocket pick it was, but somebody is already using that right away, so I'm very excited to see how this plays out.
Wow.
All right, so we got Hootsman and JBoy on the pads right now. They're going to have their warm-up song before they get started. It's interesting to see what songs people pick for the warm-ups. Because you want to play something that's going to really get you moving, but you don't want to tire yourself out too early on.
Speaking of tiring ourselves out early, we've got Max 300 X special.
This chart is a little brutal. It's an older song, so it's shorter. It's closer to the 1.5-minute range as opposed to the 2-minute range that a lot of the newer songs are. But it's got some really interesting turns, and most people don't do all the turns because it requires you to do 270-degree turns on this chart. But it has a lot of really awkward movements in it. So just a reminder, this is a warm-up we're watching right now. I'll go ahead and throw up the EX score in case you're curious on how they're doing.
No competition here.
I think this is the first time I've seen Hootsman without his trademark top hat on. I was wondering if he was going to play his sets in it.
I don't know if you know this, he has a little squirrel that he keeps in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were petting him when we were hanging out last night.
Oh, that's amazing. Everyone should have a little hat friend. It's very interesting to me to see the different background on Max 300 X Special. You know, I'm used to the scripted video that plays on original Max 300. Where there are 18 spikes and 18 paints. All right, so both players are warmed up. Again, prepped for their first song of their match. And it looks like we're going straight over the period. Just jumping right into that 19.
Take the kitty gloves off.
Yeah, no training wheels here. So it's difficult to kind of rank the 19s because they're all very hard in their own way. This one's mostly difficult because of the speed changes. It's very hard to find a comfortable speed to read it on because it's really, really dense at the slower parts. But the very end of the song goes up to 840, and you don't have to play a significant portion of the song at that BPM. It's mostly just a drill near the end. But you do have to read a significant portion at 420 BPM.
And if you've never seen this chart, the beginning is going to be a treat for you because it is just going to be incredible note density right out of the gate.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of the few songs that I think starts right on the first note of the song. Most other charts, you can hear the music for a little bit before that first step, but this one really requires you to be ready. So you see they're going to set their speed mods right away so they can be ready for that first step.
Show me what you got.
We see the Sun Plus strat on Hootsman's side. Very popular strat for slow, dense sections like this.
Go ahead.
The question is just going to be, when is he going to turn Sun Plus off? And here's There's our first speed up.
Is he gonna get the step?
Oh, both getting a miss there. JBoy seeming to be pretty comfortable with the slower speed on this dense part. He's opting to not use Sun Plus at all. But they are right neck and neck so far, but there's a lot of chart left.
There is.
Picking up a couple misses. This part's just very difficult to read.
Absolutely.
And then this is probably one of my favorite gimmicks in all of DDR. I love this little wave effect here.
Absolutely quintessential. I don't know of any other chart that does this.
There might be one or two. The names are kind of escaping me of which charts do it, but this is definitely the most memorable one that stands out to me.
I think Sun Plus is coming off.
Oh, he still got it up. Oh, I wonder if he might have forgot to do it there. Like, cost him a few EX. JBoy looking with a pretty comfortable lead. I have reason to guess this was probably JBoy's pocket pick. Okay, we're gonna get into our 420 BPM section here. We're gonna gradually speed up here into the end.
We're gonna hit our over 800 BPM.
JBoy takes the win on that. That is a rough chart to start your match with.
Absolutely.
They should be plenty warmed up after that, though.
Yeah. Next song, I think we're cooling it down a bit. Spanish Snowy Dance.
Yes, I believe it was Spanish Snowy Dance Challenge, so back to the 17th.
Chart's gonna look a little bit different. Still very tricky though.
Yes,
hard one at a time.
Absolutely. Spanish Snowy Dance is one of those songs and charts where there's nothing really too difficult, but the entire chart is just very relentless. And it's hard to string it all together to have a good run. And that's true for both the 15 and the 17. 17 just adds a little bit more to it.
It's a rhythmically interesting song too because it's like a Spanish guitar piece. So not only is it like very different sounding for DDR, but the rhythms to it are different from what the average DDR player might expect, might be comfortable playing.
Oh, definitely. You have a lot of sections to alternate between 16th notes and 12th notes, which is kind of hard to switch between those two and keep your MA and Marvelous comboing, for lack of a better word. Turn Sun Plus off. We won't have any speed changes in this song, so we can just have a nice flat speed read.
Sun Plus is pretty stressful in DDR. Like you need to know the exact point you are turning it off, and if you stumble when you're like stepping forward to get it, end up in a bad spot.
Yeah, I had a couple players reach out to me before the tournament to ask how far our pads were away from the screen so they could prepare for their Sun Plus strats. Starting right off the bat with some 12th notes. Pretty neck and neck early on.
Some spicy little step jumps in there.
Oh yeah.
Keep you moving.
Bootsman picking up a miss. Back to some 12th notes.
JBoy's picking up his first crate.
I believe so. That 12th note part is so tricky because there's a lot of crossovers in there as well. And then we have the double step part coming up. Actually, you can foot switch this part coming up as well, but I think a lot of players opt to double step it.
Incredible amount of technical work there.
Oh yeah, it's a very technical chart. Hootsman with a very slight lead, but it's still very close. This is anyone's game. JBoy still got the full combo going. Okay, approaching the end of the song here. Still very close. All right, and Hootsman takes that, about an 18-point lead.
Stage cleared.
Nice grateful combo there from JBoy. Hootsman had the better MA, which ended up giving him the win at the end. All right, so we're moving on to our third song. Each player has a win under the belt, so we'll see what happens on Da 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 Challenge. Looks like they have pretty similar scores. Hootsman with a slightly better PFC on this. It's going to come down to those foot switches and how well they can MA through all those foot switches later on in the song.
Very tricky.
Oh, yeah.
Just because it's a 16, don't rule it out.
And what's difficult about these foot switches is you have to do a lot of them on left and right, which is kind of difficult to get both feet over on the left or right arrow and accurately step on them and be able to switch to the other side. So starting right off the gate with a foot switch on right. That's kind of the hallmark of this song, is those 12-note foot switches on one arrow.
You can tell they know the chart well, because if it were me, I would have tried to do that all on one foot, no switching.
I still haven't figured out the best way to do that. I'm bad at foot switches and also doing it on one foot. So this is not my kind of chart.
Kind of have to vibrate in place and hope for the best.
Hootsman still with the PFC, but still pretty close. It's really just going to come down to that foot switch part in the second half of the song.
Pretty straightforward section here.
Yeah.
A little bit of syncopation to keep it interesting, but...
All right, here it comes.
Hootsman picking up the grade.
Overall, pretty good. They're mostly staying within the perfect window. Very hard to stay in the marvelous window during that.
Fantastic showing by both.
Okay, Hootsman with a very slight lead. Can he hold on to that through the end of the song? And he does.
2 full combos.
Very nice.
Stage cleared.
So it looks like Hootsman is taking the match win on that. 1-2 of the 3 songs. But very close showing for both of them.